Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you are. Welcome to our COP29 side event at the Japan Pavilion. Boost UNEA Synergy Resolution, Synergy Building in National Climate, NDCs and Biodiversity Strategies, NBSAPs. I'm Junichi Fujino, Principal Researcher in IGES, and today's MC. This event will be organized by Ministry of Environment Japan, MOIJ, and Institute for Global Environmental Strategies, IGES, my institute. And the co-organizers, UNESCAP, United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, and the Asia Development Bank, ADB, and Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA.
For us at UNEP, therefore, since we are a normative agency, we have our friends who are the on-the-ground agencies here with greater presence. We believe very much that our job is to invest in the sound data, the sound science. We believe very much that we must understand and design for uptake the sectoral solutions. Is it textiles? Is it air pollution? Is it agriculture? Where is the driver of loss of biodiversity? IPBES has identified 5 drivers of loss of biodiversity. 1, of course, land fragmentation and land conversion. 2, overexploitation. 3, pollution. 4, invasive species. And 5, climate change, in no particular order. Depends where you are, which driver is driving biodiversity loss. And each of these impact climate, and climate, as you rightly said, Mr. Minister, impacts both. So this indivisibility is very much in UNEP's DNA. Our program with which we support countries are sort of the lever that enables the broader shifts to happen. And then we expect others to come in and take the big lift. But our program has to be testing the regulatory, helping with laws and standards, ensuring that regulations are in place so that that thing that we are seeking to address can be shifted for irreversibility. The dial will have gone in the right direction and others will have to lift it up. So that is why we are extremely grateful for the work that Japan did in the UNEA 6 for this resolution. And that is why we're very happy with what we saw in the biodiversity COP with the synergy resolution. And that is why, of course, we hope that in this COP, there will be some references in the language of the final outcome document that will speak to that indivisibility. And here I say, the 3 Rio conventions, they're like 3 triplets. And you know, my sister here, Dechen Teschering, she has twins, and I have a pair of twins in my life. And we know that twins hang together. I'm sure triplets do too. But the other brothers and sisters, they're a little bit outside. So let not the Rio Trio triplets hang without holding on to the chemical friends, the chemical sisters and brothers, because it is indivisible. And we have to approach the synergy dimension from all of the environmental factors, including that. So I very much look forward to continuing collaboration with our Japanese friends. We're deeply grateful for this leadership. And from our side, you have an absolute ally with UNEP. And of course, we look forward to working with our friends who are co-sponsoring this important gathering. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Inga-san. Even though still there is technical problem, thank you so much. You are so robust. Yeah. Okay, then next year we almost invite the Saida Rizwana Hassan, Honorable Advisor, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change of Bangladesh. But very last minute, he has another mission, so then unfortunately he cannot come. But I believe that he also very much commit to the synergy. Yeah. Okay, then next I would like to invite the Miss Carmen Azurin, the Ambassador Director of the Environment of the Peruvian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So please.
Hello, good morning to everybody. Mr. Minister of Japan, Environmental Affairs, Madam Inger Anderson, dear Japanese authorities and UN agencies and all attendees. I'm pleased to be here with you today to convey the welcome of Minister of Environmental Affairs of Peru and Vice Minister of Environmental Affairs of Peru, who couldn't be here at the moment, but they are, the Vice Minister is attending other meetings at COP29 because of the importance of issues of environmental nature for Peru's national development and also for our foreign policy. Thank you. It's an honor to participate in this seminar, which, as has been mentioned, Peru took part in the early stages of the resolution of UNEA, and we are very pleased that it was adopted, because in Peru itself, we believe in the synergistic approach at regional, local, and national level, and also with our foreign policy. That's why the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is working hand in hand with the Minister of Environmental Affairs to have a projection of our national policy into the affairs of the main environmental agreements of the UN. This meeting is an important step in fostering the advancement of synergies in national and international policies, and also in the advancement of national determined contributions and disease and national biodiversity strategies and plans. We recognize that the climate crisis and biodiversity loss are deeply interconnected and feedback on each other. Climate change has become a major cause of biodiversity loss, and at the same time, ecosystems play an essential role in climate change mitigation and adaptation. In real terms, biodiversity and healthy ecosystems strengthen resilience to climate change and also support conservation efforts. In this context, the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework and the Paris Agreement offer valuable opportunities for us to align our biodiversity and climate strategies, particularly through the Biodiversity Framework Objectives 8, 11, and 19. These synergies between NDCs and NBSAPs within the multilateral regimes we adopted allow us to define key actions, prioritize financial resources, implement nature-based solutions, and promote the participation of local communities and indigenous peoples, fostering a more comprehensive approach to addressing climate change and biodiversity loss. At the national level, Peru recently approved its National Biodiversity Strategy to 2050, which establishes 5 strategic objectives, 29 national targets, and 143 actions across all sectors of our national life. Implementing it requires a great degree of cross-cutting collaboration between our own national agencies and intertwining synergies between our national and foreign policies. Peru's biodiversity strategy includes integrating climate adaptation efforts, consolidating natural resource governance, strengthening research, and overcoming financial barriers. These elements are essential for ensuring the sustainable management of Peru's natural capital as one of the world's mega diverse countries. We're also about to approve a long-term climate change strategy to 2050, the main comprehensive management instrument that will guide and facilitate climate action at the national, regional, and local levels. With this strategy, Peru is committed to significantly reduce the adverse impacts of climate change on our population and its livelihoods, while advancing towards compliance with our NDCs and international responsibility that the country took over when we signed the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which also requires energy compliance by all parties to succeed. By 2050, Peru's strategy envisions a 30% reduction on damages and losses caused by climate change and a net zero balance in greenhouse gas emissions. In this context, this seminar highlights the importance of synergies between NDCs and NBSAPs in addressing the challenges of climate change and biodiversity loss comprehensively. Leveraging these synergies will enable countries to design more effective and efficient policies and programs, benefiting both people and the planet. To all of you present today, both in person and virtually, I extend the warmest welcome. I do trust that this seminar will be fruitful and that we shall continue to strengthen our collaboration to work towards a truly sustainable development through climate action and the protection of our diversity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cameron-san, for your very, well kind of the very good the way to support the synergy. So I'd like to propose to take a group photo, 3 of you. Yeah, or high level photo, yes. So Minister, maybe center, thank you. Cameron-san, here, please. Yes. Yeah, core synergy. Yes. Yeah. And also the photo to each. So first to Inga-san and then Minister. Inga-san first. Yes. Yeah. Two. And Cameron-san and the Minister. Very high demand. Okay. And also panel speakers. Yes. Densa. Yeah, please. Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much. So then now we would like to move to the second round. So I would like to invite the panelists. So then Den-san here. Yeah, please. Yeah, and then Sanmin-san from UNESCAP here. And then Yoko Watanabe-san over there. And then Mitomori-san here. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. So about the panel discussion, we have a more detailed discussion on how we can boost the UNEA resolution or UNEA synergy, and then how we can have more contribution to this COP29 and maybe also COP30 or beyond. So first, I'd like to pass my mic to the Mr. Dan McKean, Director for Programs and Partnerships for COP28 UAE. So please.
Thank you so much. And thank you to Japan for convening us and for bringing some logic to multilateralism. I think we're actually in a better place than we have been in a long time. Just looking at some of the multilateral chess pieces that are in place now. So at COP28, we had the UA consensus, which enshrined the goal to end deforestation by 2030. And it also asked parties to align Paris implementation with the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. So very, very clear kind of mandate to parties to take this integration work. Then we followed up with the UNEA resolution, which double confirmed what we had agreed in Dubai. And then we also now have the Rio Trio launched by Azerbaijan with Saudi and with Colombia, bringing together the conventions, the presidency conventions in a kind of working group. So as we look forward to this next round of COPs, and particularly Brazil, there's a couple of things that we have in mind that could be very helpful in this agenda. So one, and other speakers have mentioned, is the NDC-NBSAP alignment and also LDN alignment. there's a very clear, again, sort of permission to bring these things together, to have nature content in NDCs, to have climate content in NBSAPs. And our aspiration is that when we get to COP30, we can have a vanguard of countries that are already putting more ambition into their NDCs through their nature targets and nature content. One great deliverable. We also have a very useful mechanism that was launched at COP28 called the Climate and Nature Coordination Platform, which brings together principally the NBSAP Accelerator and the NDC Partnership. So these are the two bodies that help member states do better on their submissions to conventions. They're now aligned. This is a matchmaking tool. Parties can go and say, I need help, and then they get both services at once. So another one that we can lean into this year. And then there's also been, on the finance side, the Tropical Forest Forever facility that Brazil has previewed in Dubai and is going to launch in Belém. This is a major chunk of money. If it's still, a lot of work needs to be done, but this would be a very concrete way to finance both land use, biodiversity, and climate at the same time. And then our third point would just be this kind of general continued advocacy. It's very difficult, if you have your job and you're focused on one sector, to pull out unless people are telling you that you have to do it. So the more that we can keep up this noise as we go to Riyadh and then on to Belém, the better we are. So thank you so much, and looking forward to pushing this topic further.
Yeah, thank you very much, then. So I know that you need to leave soon, so then I may ask Yoko-san for any reaction to his comment. Sorry, suddenly.
No, it's amazing that, in UNEA, the synergy agenda has been agreed upon and moving forward. And particularly, I think the support for NBSAP Accelerator and also NDC support, the sort of combined efforts will be very helpful for particularly the countries to move forward in the agenda in a more sort of integrated way. So I congratulate, the countries who are involved, particularly Japan, for leading on the initiative, and the other countries that responded to support this and move forward on the agenda. So thank you.
Thank you, Yoko-san. Okay, so Den-san, thank you very much for joining the panel. And then, I need that. I know you are busy, but thank you for joining us. Okay, so then next I would like to invite also the very important partner, from UNESCAP, Sang-Min Nam-san, Director for Environment and Development Division, UNESCAP. Yes, please.
Good morning. Thank you for joining this. So to me, really the great need for synergy approach is in two fronts. One is the demand for scale and speed of actions. Now we are all talking about the need for leapfrogging in our actions. In that regard, how to scale up and speed up our action. But this requires also efficient utilization of resources. We are now at this COP on the NCQG discussion. We are talking about $1 trillion and also global biodiversity framework, $30 billion. So we all action points, we are highlighting billions and trillions, but how to effectively and efficiently utilize the resources that we have, but not only financial resources, also human resources and other technologies. So in that regard, with these two demands for speed and scale of action and then efficient use of resources, we do need to enhance our synergies. And then in the context of also synergies, I would like to highlight 3 points. One is, of course, this how to enhance synergies between global goals and national development priorities. And from ESCAP, we have 49 regional members plus 4 non-regional members. And more than now 80% of countries have announced the net zero target. And out of 49 regional members, 45 countries mention nature-based solutions in their NDCs. So this is the process. And then we have seen that this energy transition agenda on the UNFCCC really helped the energy access in many parts of our least developed countries in Asia Pacific. So really aligning these global goals and with the national priorities, especially development priorities, is key to enhance synergy approaches. And second point is, of course, climate change and other environmental benefit. And this MBS is really most common cases for aligning this climate action and national environmental benefit. Also, air pollution which will be also key topic for this forthcoming synergy report. We have seen, especially when it comes to China, their local air quality action, how it really helped to reduce CO2 emissions, especially urban area. We have seen this kind of synergies between climate goal and local environmental goals. And third point is also mitigation and adaptation. Again, this minister highlighted also the executive director of UNEP highlighted this local context and urban context where we can feel the impact of a different environmental changes and also disasters. So the city is a hub where we can make synergies in that regard. Also bring mitigation and adaptation, resilience and more sustainability together. So how we can utilize the city as a hub and place for connecting these two dimensions together. So with that, yeah, so my point is really we do need to look at synergies, not in the context of climate change and environment, but global goals and national development priorities, and also between mitigation and adaptation, which is being highly spoken. And especially now, like Sri Lanka highlight their long-term low carbon development plan as a climate prosperity plan. So looking at climate action as a catalyst for leapfrogging or modernizing their economy. So this we have to really address in our discussion on synergies. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Sanmin-san. So some of you may know that the UNESCA and then UNFCCC, the global synergy report publication for last year, 2024, and then 2023. And then, but we also need to think about how the Asia Pacific region can, have more detail like a plan or like analysis, also policy, finance. So yeah, ESCAP, the role of ESCAP is very much important. And so then I'm very much happy to have you in this panel, and then we can discuss further later. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, then next I would like to invite Yoko Watanabe, the Director for Environment ADB. So please.
Thank you very much for inviting Asian Development Bank in this esteemed panel and this event. Thank you very much, first of all, Minister of Environment of Japan and IGES for organizing this very important event to really have a synergy between all the triple planetary crises that we face today, including biodiversity loss, pollution, and climate change. And as we were having actually discussion with Vice Minister Matsuzawa at Manila as well, it is really important that we tackle this issue, not single outing all the issues, but together in a way, just to illustrate that in Asia, actually 80% of the plastic waste come from Asia to the ocean. 99 cities of the 100 is the highest polluted cities are from Asia. And then nearly 42% of the biodiversity in Southeast Asia is under threat for loss. So this is an amazing, big issue that we cannot be tackling separately. And it's all very interlinked. For example, the plastic waste in the ocean is really impacting the biodiversity in the ocean, the fisheries in the ocean, and the coastal livelihood of local communities. And we need to tackle this in a more holistic and integrated manner. And the synergy approach, I think, would really promote that needed sort of resources, both financial and technical resources, to come together and tackle this huge issue that we face today. And then what ADB is trying to do, Asian Development Bank being the development bank of the region, we have declared that we will be the climate bank of Asia and Pacific. But in order to be a climate bank and support the developing countries, we also recognize that we really need to support from the nature angle. For example, forest conservation will absorb nearly 20% of the human-led carbon. Similarly, ocean will have the same impact. And a lot of the land degradation and forest degradation in Asia is actually contributing to the climate change. And we need to tackle this in a holistic way. So our organization, in consultation with all partners, we're coming up with the environmental action plan that is to be announced and launched at this COP. And what we're really trying to do here is that the triple planetary crisis, we will be tackling this in a holistic way. So maybe we can move the slides to the next and to the next and next. Already I talked. Okay, maybe around here. So in ADB, we supported since the late 70s to work on safeguards to start with on environmental issues, because we do recognize that infrastructure and the activity we do does have an impact to environment. But now we are also, for the past decades or so, really investing on environment, meaning that forest conservation, wetland conservation, and also nature-based solutions like supporting coral reef for flood control or wetland conservation for cities, water, and urban living. So these type of things has been really been invested, but now it's really the time to scale. So we have actually developed the Nature Solutions Finance Hub, which is aimed to leverage $5 billion from private sector and public sector and scale these great examples to scale in a synergistic way. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so this is in a nutshell what we're trying to do. Based on the triple planetary crisis, my sort of team is sort of really going to tackle, together with the rest of the ADB, on biodiversity ecosystem management, and then pollution on air quality and waste management like plastic and circular economy. And thirdly, which is the underpinning, is underpinning is a nature-based solution for climate and also to society. And this is really going to be worked out together so that we are able to invest more. For example, the next slide. So this is the final slide that shows really how we're impacting, trying to work in a synergy way. So just maybe take an example of Indonesia marine debris plastic project that we're supporting. We just approved a $500 million investment to reduce almost 60% of the Indonesia's plastic waste to the ocean. And these type of initiative will have not only the impact to reducing waste and chemicals, but also have a positive impact on ocean health and also fisheries and others. And then finally, it would really have a strong impact to have also biodiversity conservation and others so that we can tackle this issue from climate and nature angle in an integrated manner. And so by introducing this, we are really ready to work with Japan and also other partners to further invest in Asia and Pacific to make this happen. So thank you again.
Thank you very much, Yoko-san. Congratulations for your environment action plan. And then, yeah, it's quite important to do the synergy things from your home. So, yeah, we need such plan and then having the more like practical actions. So thank you so much. Okay, then next I would like to invite to my right and the, Mr. Koji Mitomori-san. He's a senior deputy director for sustainability management, climate change, nature, JICA. Please.
Yes, here. Yes, hello. This is Mitomori, and it's my honor to be present very important session And let me explain like a very ground level our strive to synergy things. So and the next please. Firstly, I want to briefly share what is JICA. JICA is a Japanese governmental international development bilateral agency, one of the biggest bilateral cooperation agency, and the main player for Japanese ODA. And we put the focus on we achieve quality growth with align with SDGs goals. That is more similar to synergy. And next, please. And the JICA has been eagerly working on the climate, especially this 4 to 5 years after Paris Agreement implementation period. And they try to put every project climate actions. And considering this situation, especially our partner developing countries have both issues like various development issues. At the same time, they have hugely affected by climate issues. So handling both at the same time is crucially important. So JICA echoes the necessity of synergy between especially climate change and SDGs. And we defined our co-benefit approach. This is the main approach for JICA climate change, and they try to maximize synergy and they try to minimize trade-offs. At the same time, we put highly emphasis on the trade-offs, minimization, with between SDGs and climate change. Next, please. And this will be what we developed. We developed the matrix for utilizing for our project formulation or assessment time. And the vertical is the issues, theme issue basis, and the climate action. The horizontal SDGs goals. And this yellow cell means has both synergy and trade-offs. And the green cell means the synergies. And it means that it clearly shows a lot of more synergies between SDGs and climate. And but at the same time, we need to take care of the trade-offs. So, and for exact project formulation, we need more detailed metrics. So next, please. Like a case of environment conservation, we prepare more detailed, you cannot read, sorry, but we prepared very detailed metrics with the internal discussion with directors in charge of the thematic team areas, and prepared like a very for each part, what is the synergy, what is the trade-offs. And we try to utilize this metrics for our project formulation. So next, please. And let me share one project examples. This is the project case in Timor-Leste. We support the river basin forest management project. It targets 4 river basin, 74 villages, 48,000 people. And through this project, in 20 years, it is expected to absorb carbon dioxide 4.4 million CO2 tons. So, and in this project, we somehow regulate or control the access to local community to natural resources for conservation of forest. So we try to introduce the alternative livelihood, like as agroforestry in communities. And in this project, we analyze synergy and trade-offs. Of course, we have a lot of synergies. The arrow in blue means synergy, red means the trade-offs. So reduce poverty, economic growth, GHG emission reduction. synergies, but at the same time, we need to consider some like a trade-offs like gender equality. So we try to introduce to state the female ratio to like a project community group committees. So and next, please. This will be my last one. And so for we are trying to align with, of course, the synergy report, UN and the UN resolution to expand synergy further. Now we are formulating a new project with consideration of synergy and trade-off utilizing this material. And one of the project is in Peru for transportation project. And also the other is the sewerage project in Indonesia. And we are also trying to share good cases with collaboration with IGES. And we have just completed case study in Mongolia, which implemented phase transition from heating system from coal to LPG. So, and the JICA will try to conduct this effort to cooperation with various partners. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So yeah, JICA has a lot of the expertise, also practices on the ground, and so yeah, it's a kind of Japanese prestige, and then yeah. So, but now the question is that how to get more like know-how or analysis of your expertise experience to get more synergies around the world, in the Asia, around the world. So, and then I also would like to invite my colleague Pavel-san. Yeah, as the Mitomori-san mentioned that we work together to collect the synergy case study, and then he is in charge of the collecting the case study. So he will introduce how we try to getting the more synergy case study, and then yeah. So over to you.
Okay, thank you, Fujino-san. So dear guests, so my name is Pavel Hejčík. I'm from the Institute for Global Environmental Strategies in Japan. And I would like to use this opportunity to introduce our initiative. We are building a database together with our partners, and we are collecting good practices that would demonstrate the use of synergies on national level and regional level. And so we would like to analyze, next slide, please. Our aim is to analyze these examples and provide some insight into what synergies could be, and also to identify possibly some areas which are most, where the potential for synergies is the highest. And next, please. And we would like to share all the cases online. We would like to make them public, make them available. And also we are thinking about publishing reports, curated reports with the best practices, which would be useful for, let's say, other countries, which would be useful for adopting and promoting the synergistic approaches. Next one, please. We are especially interested in such cases where pursuing several objectives at the same time led to better results when they are kind of pursued in isolation. So that's basically the definition of synergies. So we are interested in synergistic approaches. We are interested in co-benefits, and also we are interested in such cases where the trades-off were kind of diminished. Next one, please. So this is an example of a template we are using for gathering the information. This is example, as Mitomori-san just mentioned, this Mongolia case, which JICA kindly shared with us. So here you can see some of the information we are looking for. We are not interested only into the action which is taken, but also we are interested in the background of the action. We are interested in the enabling factors, because at the end we would also like to assess the scalability and replicability of the case. Okay, so next one, please. So I would like to ask all dear guests here to promote our initiative. I would like to ask for your cooperation and for sharing your experience with us, either with this online template we have available here, or you can also share, get in touch with us and share it in any other different form. So please, if you have any database, if you have any nice cases which you can share with us, please do so that we can really boost the synergies, as the title of this meeting today is calling for. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Pavel-san. He will stay until the end of this week, so then please catch him to have more detailed kind of the like a discussion. Thank you. I need to leave tomorrow, so sorry, but okay. Yeah. When I prepare this side event, then I have a very good communication with the youth group. And then youth group kindly offer that to sharing his view or his will to get more synergies. And then I would like to invite the Mr. Asahi Kin-san, the Youth Environmental NGO Climate Youth Japan, and then please come to the stage, and then yeah, please share your view.
Hey, thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to be here. Thank you. So I'd like to talk about synergy from youth perspective. Okay, so I think the best thing about synergy is that it makes complex problems easier to understand by simplifying them. So it's easier for people to take action when we can create a big impact through synergy all at once, rather than addressing each problems separately. So, however, for us as youth, I think the real challenge is to learn about, understand the complicated details behind synergy. For example, when we talk about working on the circular economy or zero carbon, we have to know a lot of knowledge from many areas, such as producing resources and manufacturing and even marketing. Yeah, each area has its own challenges, and I believe it's important to actually visit their places and learn directly from the people involved. So finally, our strengths as young people are our time and passion. So by leveraging these strengths, we can deeply understand the complex problems and figure out how everything connected, and then share them with others in simple and impactful ways as a synergy. Yes, that's all. Thank you.
Asaki-san, what is your dream regarding synergy? So
yes, actually, I want to be a professor with tea farmer in Kyoto. Yes, it's kind of a synergy because culture is very complicated but very nice. Yes, it's synergy. Sorry.
Yeah. Hopefully your dreams come true. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so then I'd like to open the floor, and then any comments, any idea, information I would like to have. Anyone? Natori-san? Please. Well, you can introduce yourself. Sorry. Yeah, she's a media, and then she catch up any information in this COP29, and then she will bring back all the discussion or her interesting discussion to Japan. Okay, thank you very much. Any other people who may make any comments or information, any idea regarding the synergies? Anyone or the Mitomori-san, please. Yes.
before the audience thinking. So I forgot to mention one important thing. The important part of we prepared matrix and the utilization of matrix. We utilize it for the communication tool with our partner countries, like a new project formulation, not only JICA, also our partner countries consider what is the synergies, what is the trade-offs, and utilize those matrix makes it like we can share the common understanding. So, and the hope it would promote like a sort of the synergy among our partner countries. So, and then we just started like Indonesian case and coming Peru. So, that's what I missed in my previous explanation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Morrison. So any reaction from the Nami-san and Yoko-san about the JICA's initiative? Yoko-san may first.
No, I think it's a really important way to communicate and develop a relevant initiative. And in that regard, maybe let me also share that among the MDBs, the multilateral development banks, we're also committed to basically monitoring our investment, how much these are really benefiting or impacting to climate and both nature. And we are developing indices that are commonly used among the multilateral development banks, like, ADB and World Bank and IADB. We all come together and come up with a common principle and common methodology so that we can really show the impact of the synergy sort of approaches. And I think that's the next step that we really need to go so that we're not, sort of walk the talk and really have an impact on the ground.
Ami-san, please.
Listening to interventions from my colleagues, one is, really measuring synergy effects and quantifying the benefit. That is very important for conceptualizing potential policies and also for communicating with the stakeholder groups. That's the first point. And really localizing, also the case of a JICA's project, localizing synergy actions. So this is where the cities and rural area, that's the place where you can feel impacts from different sides, also synergies from different sides. So in that case, localizing actions for synergies. And my third point is, at the end, even if we talk about the synergies across issues, but it is institutions that work on, where the trade-off work on these synergies. But, the siloed arrangement of organization and even within organization, different department, the siloed arrangement of institutions, organization also create siloed approaches. So how to also our own communication on synergies across institutions and organizations, and also making system where they can work together. That would be also important elements. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the future professor, any response? Please.
Yes, actually, I don't figure out they saying it at the presentation, but yes, yes, my major is bioeconomy in my master's course in Germany. It's Germany pavilion is there, though. Yes, bioeconomy is a very complicated and synergetic major, so I have to learn a lot of things from there and share with everyone. Yes, that's all. Thank you
very much. Okay, then next I may invite Majun-san. Yes, he's the member of the expert panel of the Global Synergy report. And then he's the founder and the director of the Institute of Public and Environmental Affairs, IPE. And so yesterday we joined the SDG Pavilion, the Synergy side event, and then now we are talking about the next year's global synergy reporting, for example, quantification or any other new topics. And then, so Majun-san, so you are the leader you are the expert to develop the global report, but also you are based in China, Asia Pacific. So how do you think that how we can contribute more? Like we have like a future professor or JICA, ADB, ESCAP, IGES, and many Asian groups, including you. So how Asia Pacific team can contribute to the global synergy development or the next challenge? Yeah. So sorry for suddenly ask you, but
thank you very much. I thank Junichi-san for inviting me, and I'm sorry I had earlier sessions and came later, and I can catch up with the future professors' remarks and also Koji-san's remarks on the. I'm very impressed, of course, by the future professor, and I love the idea to develop matrix to try to quantify this synergy impact. I think that's a great innovative research, and we were quite eager to learn that. I'm gonna try to ask for if there are any more materials on that. We're very happy to learn that, because synergy is extremely important. I think particularly to the global south, to many Asian countries, which are developing, in our development, we're facing not just one challenge, but multiple challenges. As in China, we're facing the whole series of pollution from air to water to soil, coastal sea, and then the biodegradation and degradation of our ecosystem, and of course climate change, and all this triple planetary crisis that now kind of making impact. So if we want to address one issue, all these issues one by one, the efficiency is going to be low, and the cost would be unimaginable. We spent the past 10 years working on our pollution control and making quite some progress, but trillions. We spent trillions to deal with our pollution. And during the process, we worked together with Junichi-san, in our research. We found that it's actually brought some very good synergistic progress. As noted in this report, there's a case study about how China, by dealing with the air pollution, also managed to check the vast expansion of our coal consumption during the process, have been put under, on a halt. So I think that's important. Having said that, we, like many of the Asian countries, developing countries, further improvement got to depend on a real transformation of energy system and industrial structure, transportation, even lifestyle. And we have to do it in combination with the climate actions, which will cost even more, So the roughly estimate only mitigation part will cost, on carbon neutrality, will cost us some 100 trillion to 400 trillion RMB, in China. So if we only do that, no, that's not good. So we have to try to synergize all these actions together. Luckily, much of the sources are similar. So by tackling the all this energy, issue and the coal issue, we're on our way to really triple our renewable energy. Our 2030 target have been met on renewable energy, have been met by the end of June this year, and through the process we already have seen the energy, so synergy. So I would love to see more of this happening, through our region, and I thank Japan, for supporting this, the Japanese Environmental Ministry for supporting this research. Yeah, really look forward to that.
Thank you very much, Marjan-san. So you are the one of the leader to promote, lead this, the synergy, like research and also the action. So thank you very much. So we only have 5 minutes. So then final word from each panelist. So what is the next action challenge for Synergy? So Sanmin-san.
Not directly on those synergies that we discussed, but in order to enhance this synergy approaches at the regional level, we have to work together. So really scaling up regional analysis, regional case study, which IGES is conducting and also communicating with the countries. And so to save cost, to enhance efficiency of our action. So I also look forward to really collaborating with this team. Thank you.
Great. In addition to the partnership and working on, region-specific initiatives, the one thing that from the Asian Development Bank, what we can do is really to have a scalable pipeline of projects, learning from the lessons from the past, and really implement it together with private sector and public sector, bringing in that leveraging resources and de-risking in funds, and make that happen on the ground. And I think that's really the next step, because I think we all understand theoretically why this is important, but what we need is a real sort of demonstration and a scaled up version of the sort of real initiative on the ground. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yoko-san.
Yes, thank you very much. I think the we prepared matrix still very complicated. So and the more simplified process, or it can be more understandable to our partner country. It's one thing. And the other thing is repeating the previous speakers, but climate change and other issues we can not solve alone. So a co-creation with partners, various private sectors, researchers, or of course youth. So the partnership is very much necessary for further steps. So thank you very much.
Asahi-san.
So the next step for me is to communicate with everyone. So because I'm going abroad to Germany for a master's course now, so I have to learn from Germany in terms of policy or economy or something. So at first I have to go around this pavilion and to learn about and talk about a lot of things. So okay, nice to meet you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, future professor. Okay, from my side, as Pavel mentioned, IGES have a responsibility to collect more case study from you. You have many good case studies, so then we'd like to develop your case into our format to highlight the synergies or how to understand how to break the trade-off. This is first thing. And then second thing that is we are now talking about the Asia Pacific synergy report. So we like have more, the participatory way. So just only we'd like to, all of you kind of resource persons and how we can work together and then how we can have more voices from Asia to the global community. And then last, I may have tonight a drinking party. So then if you like to come, you can come. I mean that socializing and then to have a better, but not to drink too much. I need to go back tomorrow. So thank you. So this is the end of the session. Thank you very much for joining all the sessions. Thank you very much.